I lost the money. And then, you know, when I went upstairs, you got that walk of shame to your room and shit, thinking about how you're going to eat now.
Let me say, a mistake, I want to bet on the other side. But then line has to be the same. But if the line changes, then you can't.
First hand, because that would have been my hand. He hits the roll flush.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wins $500,000. I'm like, bro, I was playing for an hour and a half.
You should just move.
You're listening to Scared Money Don't Make Money podcast. And here are your hosts, Sam and Sonny.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Scared Money Don't Make Money. My name is Sam.
And I'm Sonny.
And today we have a special guest, Pay. What's up, Pay?
What's up, man?
Pay, get paid.
Get paid.
Yeah.
I love that name, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I got it in high school, actually. I know this might not be the right show, but when I was growing up, I used to sell weed.
Okay.
And I was like, it was so long ago. I was like the only guy. So I was the guy.
The guy. So
Yeah.
The plug.
So, it just
Pay.
Okay.
Yeah, they started calling me Payday. And
Payday.
It just stuck.
All right. Payday is a good name for gambling, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't
Shoot,
think about
man.
that. Yeah, I didn't think
You're
about
getting
that.
paid.
Yeah.
Payday.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm a degenerate gambler.
Are you? Give us a background, little bit of background
Okay,
first. Where are you from?
Okay.
How old are you? What do you do for a living?
Okay. So I don't want to tell my age because I'm old as hell.
All right.
But
You look young.
You're younger than all of us.
I grew up in New Jersey, and then my mom moved down to North Carolina, so I spent a lot of my years down there. And like I said, I started selling weed early, and started making a couple bucks, and graduated to a couple other things. But the gambling part was always there. Like I remember me and a few other guys, because once you get up the chain a little bit when you're selling drugs, you meet a lot of people with money. So
Right.
obviously, being males, we had this testosterone thing where we wanted to kind of show who got the most money. So that's where the gambling came in. So
Was it underground gambling halls or was it like the casinos?
Was dice? Was it dice?
Dice.
Dice.
Was it
Absolutely.
dice?
Yeah,
Started
it's
with
dice,
dice,
baby.
Man, I remember, like I said, I don't want to call these guys names, but I remember shooting dice for so long in a setting that my fucking legs were like noodles, bro. Like,
So can you explain dice? Like, how do you guys play dice?
okay, on the East Coast, I'm from the East Coast. Obviously, we're in California, but I'm from the East Coast. So CeeLo is a big game in like the urban communities.
What's a CeeLo?
CeeLo is 3 dice. So you're shaking them and you're trying to match a number. So like in craps, you throw your number, you match it. In CeeLo, you don't get a number to 2 dice match, and the odd one is your point.
Yeah.
So obviously 4, 5, 6 is CeeLo. We call that head crack. That's automatic win. And 3 1s, you ace out. So
You lose.
yeah, that's pretty much the game. So you're just shaking 3 dice, trying to get your point. Yeah, obviously a side bet and everything that craps bring. But that's just
So how much were the bets? Like how much?
Oh man, the bets were raised. So like when you get your point, that's when people get nuts. So I get my point is 3, and then there's a guy on the side like, I bet you 1,500 you won't get that 3 before you crap out. So like you got to bet with him. You already got to bet with everybody involved.
Right.
So
How much is the pot usually? Like?
So the pot it'll start, we'll start with like 200-300, and then it'll just work up. And like I said, the guy's just trying to really prove a point. Like, man, bet 1,000. Bet 1,500.
I got cash. Here's the wad of cash.
I had one guy, and I don't want to speak names on here, but I had one guy that I beat him so bad that he kept leaving and coming back with money. And, I'm calculating in my mind. Obviously, you can't count your money while you're doing this shit, but like I'm calculating in my mind, damn, he's down at least 12 grand. And I say to him, hey, bro, I'm going to throw you this 5 grand.
Call it a day.
Go home. And you know what he said? Oh, you don't have more money than me. Shoot the dice.
So he's trying to prove to you he had more money than you
He
did.
just kept going and coming back. It was kind of scary. It's like, God damn, bro, when you going to pull the plug on this, you're not going to beat me today.
Until
you know
he
what
wins.
I mean? Yeah.
That's when he walks away.
Yeah, but
He trying to press. Double
Yeah,
up, double
yeah,
up, double up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
and
you can't win that way.
it can get violent. So, before it got there, I just let him know, bro, it's not really that serious. I'm up. Take this money and let's call it a day and come back tomorrow or some shit. Like
Was there a woman there?
Oh no.
It's all guys.
That's all guys.
So how many guys are around? Like 5 or 6 guys around?
Yeah, it's at least 5 or 6 guys, and like I said, you'll get about 3 extra guys on the side bets. But like the pot is normally 4 or 5 guys.
Okay,
for the most point. Yeah, so that's
how you started.
Yeah, that's where it started.
That's when young Payday started with the dice on the streets.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started that?
Fuck, man, I was probably like 17.
Ooh,
16, 17. You get the itch early, fuck, man. Like,
so now you have the itch.
I've had the itch for about 30 years.
And
now.
plus, you won too. So when you win the first time, that's where you have the itch every time.
But I think we do a lot of things in life and we don't really know the why. So until I got older, that's when I started figuring out, like, why am I doing this shit? You know,
so
it's a thrill.
No, I understand that.
It's a thrill, but like some of it, like for me, it was like environmental. We shot dice because that's what was done. Like cards wasn't a thing until I graduated my gambling. You know?
So when did you move up to the cards?
Oh, so my mom, I should have started there first because my mom has been gambling my whole life. My mom, the type of person that she'll have a card game at her house that should have lasted 3 days. People don't take baths. They don't do shit. They just sit there for 3 days.
That's like the poker casinos. People don't leave.
Yeah, they don't go. And so my mom used to do that. You know, I used to crawl under the table and, you know, she used to slide me a little money under the table. So my mom is really the beginning of gambling, but I never got into car. I got into dice first because that's what was outside because I really couldn't gamble with my mom, you know. So the cards came later and
play Texas Hold'em or just like
my mom again, all of this stems from my mother. Sorry to blame you, Mom, but it all stems from her. 5-card stud, 7-card stud. Oh, they had some games you guys might not even know, like low hole. All types of weird country shit.
There's Oklahoma, there's high low, there's
Omaha.
I still don't know all the games. Mississippi Stud, I've seen.
So like during the one setting, they'll play different games, not like Texas Hold'em.
Well, they play dealer's choice.
Oh, whoever's dealing.
They start with 5. They start with 5-card stud, and you know they max the table out. So I think you can max out with 7 or 8 people with a deck. And they'll play dealer's choice.
I see.
One guy will be like one-eyed jacks or wow, some shit. And then, you know, like...
I played house games like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
It was fun because you go around the table and you take turns being the dealer and you pick the game you want to game. Right. So it's like not advantageous for someone else to like, oh, we're always playing 7-card stud. We're playing, you know, like I played one-eyed jack or wilds and you have different things. So... Yeah. It's mostly related to poker, but it's like 5-card stud, 5-card draw.
So you have to know how to play all those games.
Yeah, you have to know how to play.
Well, the basic crux is poker.
Right.
I mean?
Yeah, poker hands.
Right.
Because when they do things like for instance, low hole is a game where the lowest card, you get dealt 3 cards down. The lowest card in that is your wild card.
Okay.
So that's why they call it low hole because it's your low hole card.
See, it's fun.
Yeah.
So then you started playing poker cards, and then from there, where'd you go? Did you start going to casinos?
Well, yeah, that's where it always ends, right? So I started playing. You know, when I got old enough, I started playing games with my mom and I obviously with the same guys I used to shoot dice with, and then I made it to Atlantic City, which was kind of like a shithole. I thought it was really good because I've never been to Vegas. Well, when I got to Vegas, I was like, damn, that Atlantic City, boy. Shit. What Trump says is a shithole. But no, once I made it to Vegas, it's really nothing like it. I mean,
so you moved to Vegas, or? Well,
no, I moved out here, which made me, but I came to Vegas a couple of times before I moved here, and like I was telling them downstairs, like the first time I went to Vegas, I took like $6,000 with me, and I lost every fucking penny of it. And
what did you play with that $6,000?
I was playing Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
You playing poker?
That's
playing
my
poker.
game. That's my game.
That's your game. Okay.
Yeah, but like Blackjack,
not like the dealer games. Yeah. Not like the normal.
Like,
the table game.
The table games. Yeah, so you're playing against the dealer.
Yeah, playing against the dealer. For some reason in my mind, I thought, shit, if I got to beat the dealer and not you two guys, then this is my game. So, but really what draws you in, or what drew me in, was the fucking jackpots, man.
Oh yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, the progressives.
You put $5 every hand, and I fucked around and hit a few jackpots.
Oh, you did? For how much were there?
I hit a quads, and quads is like the lowest thing you can hit.
Yeah, like $500 or something.
Oh no, it was deposit was what? It was like 1,800 or something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was at the Rio. I slum it when I go. Like,
Yeah.
Well, the Rio's not part of Caesars no more, which is kind of shitty. But
Well, that's where they had the poker tournaments. At the
yeah,
Rio.
they do. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. But they were a Caesars property, and I think they
Right.
got bought out maybe last year or year before last. But everybody knows me there. Like it's the perfect
your
place
second
to go.
home.
Yeah, I feel like a second home.
It's like
man.
the win for me.
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody knows me. Like so. But
So, Pay, what's up?
yeah. You back? God damn, you was just here last week.
Yeah.
But no, so I lost my money, and I was telling him before, I'm one of these people that like to I do constantly self-assess. What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? And that started for me when I got locked up. When the first time I got locked up, I'm sitting in jail. Like, if this motherfucker didn't come pick me up, I wouldn't have never been in jail right now. So that's what I do. I self-assess. So I lost the money. And then, when I went upstairs, you got that walk of shame to your room and shit, thinking about how you're going to eat now. And
so you got zero money.
Yeah, so I'm busted, and I'm too embarrassed to call. I got money back home, but I'm too embarrassed to call somebody and tell them what I just did. So I'm upstairs.
So why did you take your $6,000, go to Vegas?
Because I said, this is what I have to lose now. This is what I have to lose.
That was your budgeted amount. You're like, that's my fun money. Let's go to Vegas.
But I didn't plan on losing it. But that's what in your mind, you're like, this is what I got. And take this cool. I'm not giving them nothing else. But so I'm thinking, I'm like, damn. I get upstairs, I got a little sniffles, and I'm like, damn, this is fucking super cold on that motherfucker. So I didn't have a jacket on. I was down there with a short sleeve. So I started realizing the environmental factors that play a role in you getting your ass handed to you. So the cold, man,
temperature.
Yeah, and then when you look at it, your brain kind of doesn't really work in super cold situations. So I think all of this shit is obviously is real.
Oh no, I mean, I've always said like after 4 a.m. I should be going to bed and not gamble because my brain is not 100% functional.
Right.
And I'm drinking. It's like, hey, don't drink and gamble too.
And that's the second factor. So when I was, I realized that I wasn't dressed properly. So I would advise everyone to have on, something warm.
Right.
And go down there. So I wasn't dressed properly, and the drinking. Obviously, I'm first time there. The fucking liquor is free. So I'm, I'm like, oh, this can't be real. Like, bring me another one. So the girls ain't got no clothes on. It's just all. So all of those things I play back in my head. Like, okay, I gotta have a goal when I go down here. You know what I'm saying? So even now to this day, like, I don't worry about the amount that I take. I don't do that no more.
Right.
And which is not safe, but I don't do that no more because I have a goal. If I hit a jackpot, which is what I'm really going there to do, I get up. You gonna laugh at this? I'll get up and I'll go and deposit the money into my bank account.
Smart.
Just so I don't have it.
Yeah.
But I still bring back what I came with.
Right.
But now I'm not saying I don't go back and get it out. but
it's a little harder.
Yeah, it's a little harder because they don't have no banks. Yeah. They don't have any banks around.
They have ATM.
Yeah. Well, that's their bank.
I know.
You're gonna pay $10 to get money out of their bank.
Okay, so how many times have you deposited into your account, and how many times have you taken it out because you wanted to play more?
Man, it's so many times. So let's start with the amounts. Like, the most I ever won and deposited in a trip, not in one day.
Right.
I would say it would be about $13,000.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 13,000. But again, I'm only playing against the dealer. I don't go to the back where the sharks are. I did that before too. That didn't work out pretty good. They have so many different sharks back there, bro. They just know everything about those cards. So
if you play in the poker room, a lot of them also work together.
Yeah.
So they have new guy with money. They take their money. They split at the end.
I feel bad because my mom, one of her dreams was to go, so I made that happen for her, and I took her to the back because she used to the card games, back home, and she got on these. She got on these mirror shades And
So you can't see the eyes?
Yeah, but
But people can see her cards.
That's what it was.
Oh, my.
Yo, so listen, I didn't even catch that.
Oh,
One of the
wow.
guys told me.
Yeah.
He was like, y'all guys knew, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, man.
I can see your mom.
He's like, man, we saw every card your mom had.
It's like this.
So yeah, that was crazy. But like, yeah, they do work together, and some of those guys actually live in the fucking hotel, bro, because they got all the comps. They there for 20, 30 days at a time. So
Yeah, I believe that.
yeah, so like, yeah, that's not my thing. I like to play against the dealer, and I like doing the progressive. Like I said, a lot of people say it's fools. Fool only bets on the progressive.
Have you ever won the 10% progressive or like 100%?
No, like
That's huge.
the lowest one you can hit that has a running ticker is, I think, is the quads. Yeah, it's the quads.
Yeah,
so they have a little
They have
ticker.
straight.
They have the big
straight
ticker.
flush. They have straight flush.
Yeah, that's the big one.
And the roll flush.
Yeah, straight flush, royal flush, and then it's quads.
Yeah.
But the quads do have a ticker on. Obviously, everybody that puts the money in through all out Caesars, it runs up till somebody hits it, then it starts over. So, yeah, quads. I hit quads multiple times.
So why did you pick that game?
Because
Out of all the games in Vegas, you
Because
picked
there's
that
blackjack, there's craps, there's roulette.
That's
game. Yeah,
true. That's
Pai
true.
Gal,
That's true.
Baccarat,
I don't know how to play Pai Gal.
Baccarat, Pai Gal.
Yeah. Man, that's a great question. The only thing I ever frequent outside of that game is roulette. And like I said, I don't know. Like, it's so many like nuances to these games that I don't know. Like, I would love to learn. I don't know how to play Pai Gal, but it looks fun. Like,
Pai Gal, you can play for like 10 hours and be up and down like $100.
No,
Damn.
that's one game you want to just kill time. Just chill.
Okay.
Want to have a drink, free drinks.
Yeah.
Just chill for like 4 hours. Just play Pai Gal.
I see a lot. And they jackpots be way higher, I guess, because nobody wins, huh?
I don't know.
Some people win. Yeah.
They should be higher than the regular jackpot over at the other table.
I've seen somebody who won, but then they didn't put the $5 in there.
Oh my God! Now see,
She was pissed off.
that's the worst. That's the worst. And like I said, people think I'm a fool for putting it up every time, but like so many ways you can hit. You don't got to hit the progressive. You can get it. The lowest level is trips.
Well, early in my days, when I was 21, I was gambling in Chicago in a riverboat, and I was playing Caribbean Stud. Back in the day, Caribbean Stud was similar to what all these popular games are, like Hold'em and stuff. And there's a progressive. I was sitting in seat 2, and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's your card. Right? It's not like dealt like poker. So I was playing for like an hour and a half, Caribbean Stud, and I'm playing the progressive, and the progressive was like $500,000.
Shit.
And this person comes and sits in seat 1. Literally, right? The first hand they play. I'm like,
That's your hand, right?
That should be my hand.
Yeah.
She gets the 5 card, or he gets the 5 card. He's there with his wife. First hand, because that would have been my hand. He hits the roll flush.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wins 500,000. I'm like, bro, I was playing for an hour and a half.
You should have just moved to the first seat.
I mean, but you're not really thinking that, because what if he sat on the second seat and he got that card? You don't know, right?
Hindsight, now you know.
I know, but so I was pissed. So I'm sitting there. I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
I'm in college, man. I'm not rich. I'm broke. I'm like, dude, that's life changing money for
right.
me.
For
500,000.
Hell yeah.
Right? So I'm like thinking, bro, like this is the worst day of my life.
Well, it could have been a blessing too.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Could have, who knows? But
Who knows?
but I was
Could have led to more issues.
Yeah,
but I would
exactly.
have had money
Yeah.
to lose.
Yeah.
So what made it worse was the guy finally, after 30 minutes of paperwork or whatever, gets this money and gives a bunch of them in chips.
Yeah.
And a check. So the chips, he has like chips in front of him. He tips the dealer $100.
That's it.
It.
Out of
And I was like, bro, I was
my
like,
God.
and the dealer's like, looks at me, looks at the person like, thank you.
Wow.
yeah.
Like
sucks.
$100.
That sucks.
And it was the first hand.
Wow.
That sucks.
And so I was like, I told the dealer in front of the guy, I said, oh, if I won, I would have given at least like 10 grand.
At least minimum.
Yeah, 10
10%.
grand.
Yeah, something. But another thing, let me ask you about that, because in Vegas, if he's in seat 1
Yeah.
and I'm in seat 2 and I bet the progressive, you get a breakdown. You get like 5. If it's Royal, you get $5,000.
No,
just
at
for
the time
sitting
it
at
was,
the table.
No,
just
not
for sitting
there.
there.
Not that one.
Okay.
Not that game. It
Yeah,
was
you're
how
right.
Vegas
Yeah,
is.
that's
yeah,
how it is. Yeah.
not in Vegas, but it was in Chicago, and
Gotcha.
one person got everything. The whole progressive jackpot, 500,000.
That sucks.
But
no,
what made it worse though is because of that, I felt like, damn, I could win. So I ended up spending more money.
That's what brings you back.
So it actually made it worse because at least if I won, I would have had money to lose.
That's right. That's right.
But now I was like,
Yeah.
that was my money.
Yeah.
And then I didn't win it, so I ended up spending more money.
Yeah.
So part of growing up in my process, and Sonny and I have similar stories, but I had to file bankruptcy out of college because of gambling.
Wow.
Because of that moment.
Right. Oh no! I see it.
That moment and just a lot of gambling and just
So
being
I
degenerate.
did. So I did stop gambling for like a 8 to 10 year period after that because I was like, it was a learning experience. And I was like, oh shoot, I had to file bankruptcy in my early 20s, and I just didn't want to go through that process anymore. So I stopped until I started making money.
Right.
So then when I had more disposable
To
income
support it, yeah.
to support it, then I started gambling again. But prior to that, I was like, dude, I can't do it because I've already filed bankruptcy for this shit.
So right now, do you feel like you both are smarter gamblers?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think
After all these years.
No, I think I'm smarter than I was back then
Yeah.
at 21.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, like there's something in the male testosterone or like ego or whatever. It's like you feel in the moment that you can win.
Yeah.
And you're like, no way, there's no way I can't lose again. There's no way I can lose again.
Yeah.
And it's like something wired in men's brain
Yeah, I
that
agree
make
with that.
you want to like make that bet again.
Or you're steaming, you're just pissed off.
That's
You're like,
that's what it is. That's what
That's
it
the
is.
worst. That's the worst. When you get to steaming,
and that's what
the
hotels
worst.
want you to do, is
That's the worst.
steam.
But I will say this. Vegas, when I get off the fucking plane, I just feel like I'm gonna win, bro. I don't know if
But you get
everybody
that
gets
energy,
feeling.
right?
like that.
You get the energy.
Every fucking
Yeah.
time,
Hey,
bro.
I'm fucking
Positive.
30-minute flight away from here.
Yeah.
And when I land, I feel like a brand new guy. Like
Yeah.
I feel like, man, it's gonna happen. This time.
Me and Sonny, we go to Vegas a lot. Sonny goes like almost every week.
Yeah.
I go maybe once a month or once every 2 months.
Okay.
But whether I drive or fly, right? You land in the airport or you're like seeing the strip when you're driving. You're like,
Well, let's go.
hey, I feel good. Like I feel good right
What
now,
that
man.
is, that's
right?
what, that's exactly what
Dude,
happens.
and
to
you
me.
walk in, and I have a ritual when I go into the casino. I usually like to bet $100 on something before I even go up to my room to see if it's going to be a good trip or not. So usually, if I win that hand or that session for like 1 minute, then it's going to be a good week. But if I lose, usually I lose for the weekend.
Usually, like, I think you're 50-50 on that.
50-50.
Yeah, seriously. He'll go up there and play 17 and 20 on roulette. Bam,
Oh, yeah,
you
boom.
hit. It's like, yo, I'm up already. It's perfect.
I'll be up like $1,700 on one bet.
That is like that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
What roulette pays out? What was it 32 to 1?
35 to 1.
35 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then what I like, my
Then the
favorite
corners.
number is a half, 17 and 20.
Got you.
And usually hits one of those for me, then I get $1,700.
I see a lot of strategies about that on YouTube. Like does
We
that
have
shit
it on
work?
our show. We've done a
Really? Maybe I was watching your show.
Dude, we were doing roulette
I was
strategies,
like, does that
man.
shit really work?
Hey, you know what? I did try it, and
We
I
did it
lost.
in real life.
Really? Oh, you do it in real life?
No, so we did a strategy here we have a roulette
that's
table
dope,
thing.
man.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, it works, right? So when we actually went to the casino and did it with our own money and tried the strategy, both of us lost.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, man.
Long
Yeah,
story
it's not
short.
100% concrete.
You
It's
still, you
just-
still have to have luck.
yeah. And plus, the amount you're winning is very small to how much you're risking.
Right.
So over time, if you don't hit, then you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no, I mean, imagine this. If there was a strategy that you can make money every time, people
yeah.
would be rich.
Yeah. Casinos
They would
wouldn't
use the
exist.
same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
they would
always
work.
that chance that it doesn't hit.
Right.
And still, that's why it's luck, you know?
Yeah. My last time being associated with a jackpot, just I want to stay with that for one more time.
Yeah.
I was in Reno maybe about 3 months ago at this hotel called the Row, another Caesars property. And it was a guy, I think he was from Oklahoma. They was there for some kind of damn horse wrangling convention or something. He hit a straight flush, and the jackpot was like 36 grand.
Yeah.
And I got 1,500 because
Oh, that's
I was
cool.
sitting at
you
the
were
table.
at the table,
I
yeah.
was sitting at the table.
Nice.
And
That
you
was
put the
pretty
money in too. That's why.
Yeah. In Reno, it wasn't even $5. I think it was like $3 or something. It wasn't even a $4 or $5. So I definitely was on that every time.
Maybe $1.
Yeah, it was low. I just remember it was low, but I was drinking, so I don't remember exactly. But it was low, and he did hit it, and I was sitting like 2 seats away from him. But I always feel bad for the people that don't bet it. Because, they paid, they didn't give him, they gave him a check for 36 grand. And they paid me in chips. But I'm looking at the people that didn't bet it, and I'm like, it's only $3, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to spend $1,500 here in $3. This is not going to happen. I'm
You
not going to
might
say
though.
it as long.
You might in a lifetime.
Man, yeah. Oh, in a lifetime, of course.
Well, you don't know. Like I always try to calculate that. Like the amount of money I've bet on side bets, like progressive or jackpot or whatever, to what I really win. Am I up or down? I'm gonna say I'm down.
Yeah.
Those are like the sucker bets.
It's fun.
That's
it's
what
fun.
it's called.
It's
that's
fun.
what everybody calls it.
Now, if I won the $500,000, it might be a different
You're set
story.
for life. Like, you're
I
never
mean,
going to
like-
put that back in that progressive.
Yeah, I'm never gonna spend $500,000 in progressive.
Right.
But if you don't win that though, you're losing money.
Yeah, but my philosophy is like either you always bet it or you always don't, because you can't like flip flop
It's second guessing.
Yeah.
or like bet 10 times and then the 11th time you don't bet.
I'll
Guess
bet
what
it
happens?
That's
It's
right.
gonna
That's
hit
what's
on the
gonna
11th
happen
time.
Yeah.
So
Like one time
Hopefully-
I sat down baccarat at the Palms Hotel.
oh, exactly. Here's a perfect
This is a
example.
perfect example. So in baccarat at that table, there was probably about like 8 different side bets, right?
Yeah.
From ties to panda to all these things.
Different combinations. Yeah.
So I bet $100 on each of those, right? And I bet a quarter on the hardest one, which was panda, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? The panda hit.
Wow.
And if I had $100 on it, I would.
I go, why did you just bet? Why did you bet so small on this one? Why don't you just bet
How much-
equally all
how
the way
much that would've
across?
been? How much would that have been?
I think it was like 12 grand.
At least 12,
more.
10 to 12.
Yeah, 10 to 12, right?
Yeah.
Damn. So
Yeah,
you only got
yeah.
a few $100 for that quarter?
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only got like $500.
Oh, and guess what? And then
Not bad.
he got up.
Oh yeah.
Other person that stepped in
Hit it again.
Hit it again.
Man, so it was on
Two hands
fire.
later. 2 hands
So
later.
that was just on fire.
So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
I would have never left that table.
Yeah.
So if I sat there for 5 hands and put the same $100 bets on the side bets, I would be up maybe like 30 grand.
Damn.
In like 5 hands.
Shit.
But I was like, oh my god, this is like, how do you even figure that out? I don't know.
Yeah, but most gamblers lose. Like, I mean,
I agree.
I'm going to make that statement because now I'm going to take it to another one of my gambling aspirations is like FanDuel.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll do that too.
Okay.
And I've hit for 10 grand, 3 grand, not never no super jackpot shit. The 10 grand one, I came in like 3rd place.
So the FanDuel, is that like fantasy football? You pick players.
That's
on a
right.
lineup?
Player props?
Yeah, you pick players. No, not props. Well,
You have a
we can't
cash
bet on-
value.
Well, in California is only
yeah,
color
it's
props.
only the daily fantasy shit. So, yeah, you put a lineup together.
I did
Yeah.
hit, by the way, before you tell the story, I did hit my five leg parlay
Really?
for touchdowns this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got my proof, man.
You got proof.
But I only bet small amount because it was on Underdog
Yeah.
and
So how can you bet underdog?
For
oh yeah,
player
you could
props.
do player props. You're right.
See, look.
Right.
all green. You see that?
Oh,
There
wow.
you go.
Touchdowns?
There you go.
How much you win?
I bet $50 to win $359
Oh,
because
wow.
I did flex because I did.
Yeah.
So there's a
If you
flex
lose
bet.
one, yeah.
You still win something, but if you hit all
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
you only win half of what you would have won if you just did a full.
That's
So
wow.
Well, yeah,
I would have won $700,
Right,
but
right,
I only
right.
won $350.
Yeah. So like
That's like more conservative.
when you protect it, you win
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Of what
Right.
you would have won. But when
Because if you don't hit all 5, you hit 4, then
you
at
get
least
something, back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you don't protect it, you hit the maximum, but you don't win shit if you get one.
I'm
wrong.
surprised Sam did that because his personality is more of an aggressive, all-in guy. And for him to do that, I'm
You know
surprised.
why? You know why?
Yeah.
So because my balance on Underdog was low, so I was like, shoot, I don't want to go because there's a lot of other bets on my history.
Yeah.
Where I went for not flex pay, but just a straight up.
Yeah.
And I missed by one. You know me. One short.
One short.
Me
So
too.
Sam has a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
You know?
One of my, I have 2 nicknames at least in gambling. One is one short. If he goes on sports betting on parlays, I'm always one short of winning it.
Yeah.
And then my other one is 2K Sam, because I either win 2K in 2 minutes or I lose 2K in 2 minutes. Because blackjack's my game, and that's I win quickly or not.
I'm gonna have to play with you sometime just to see how you do it.
Like so like blackjack, like you said, we talked about, it's fast.
Yeah.
Texas Hold'em against the dealer is slower because it's like everyone has all these bets, and you look
feel
at the
like
card.
you feel like you have a
touching it.
strategy. Yeah, you feel like you have a strategy going. Like if your cards got suited or something like that.
right?
Like you don't have to think like that in blackjack.
Yeah.
You just got to count, right?
Right.
I don't count because it's illegal.
Yeah.
And it's too hard. And it's like I just play the book.
Yeah.
What
Well,
are
I
the
mean,
rules?
count your cards. Like
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
21.
yeah.
I don't mean
Yeah,
count.
yeah.
No, I don't mean that.
But when I play blackjack, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I have control over it, like over the swings and stuff. And majority of the time, I hit, or it goes the way it should go, right?
Okay.
Except for these one stupid double downs and splits. And you know, if you have if you double down and you don't get a 20 or 21, most likely you're gonna lose because the dealer's gonna pull a 21 if you didn't pull it. Doesn't that always happen?
Well, it depends if you're on a hot roll or not, too.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really matter what the cards are. If you're hot, like any other gambling games, right? If you're hot, you're hot.
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
agree
hit
with
it no
you.
matter what.
So I was playing by myself at Fountain Blue, blackjack, a high limit. Not high, super high, but it was like $200 minimum hands. So I was playing by myself with the dealer. I'm doing okay. I'm like up, down, play for like 2 hours and maybe up $1,000. So these drunken, like European guys sit in my table, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 players, including me. They're having fun. They're like, oh my God, drinking like
they don't
a
even
lot.
care if they win. Like,
So the guy at the end, third base, and I'm sitting like in second, like I'm in the middle. He pulls out like 20 grand, right? So he gives $1,000 to his friends, and he has an extra 20 grand. So like they're playing like $200 hands for fun. They're drinking. Cocktail waitress, come drink. He freaking plays 2 hands of 5 grand starting with 20 grand. Okay, he's fucking drunk. Like he's drunk, and I'm losing. He keeps winning.
wow.
He's playing 12s against a 10. Says I'm not hitting. He just plays randomly, right? And somehow in the next hour, he walks away with $180,000.
God bless you. Wow.
So I was like, and me, I'm like, every one of his friends were winning. I was losing. So I was up 1,000 before they came.
Yeah.
Playing like $200 to $500 hands. This guy starts playing $5,000 hands. He walks away an hour later and like 10 drinks in, drunk as hell. Their wives or girlfriends are sitting behind them. And he walks away with $180,000. And the other friends probably walk away with like 5 or 6K each.
Wow.
And I'm down 2,000. I'm like, what
That
the
sucks,
hell?
yeah.
It's not even a table win. It sucks.
Man, the table got raked over there.
Yeah.
Remember, I think I told you that. I was like, dude, this is like the worst feeling.
That's
But
when you
don't-
that's when
don't
you
get
have to
the
walk
vibe,
away.
though? Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm a vibe person.
Yeah, me too. So
I know,
like,
but they were super nice, and I was like
well,
vibing
it
with
ain't
them.
about
Hey.
that. It's about
But
them changing the complexion
they're
of the
winning,
table.
and I was the only one losing.
yeah, I would have just
was
walked away.
Yeah.
And usually Sam, he likes to play by himself. When
I do
somebody
like to-
else
I do
walks
like to play by
in to the
myself.
table,
Yeah.
he'll analyze say,
How they
okay,
play.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
me too.
I always tell him, hey, if it's not good, you got to walk away.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm stubborn that way.
Yeah, he's very stubborn.
Yeah, because you think it's going to change.
I feel like it's gonna change.
Yeah, it's going to
Oh, you're
change.
too lazy
Oh, my
to
God.
get up.
But
and,
I'm real vibey, though. If somebody
Yeah.
comes to the table with a different energy, I'll get up.
oh, yeah,
So-
definitely.
so
Even if I
now-
just go walk around and come back, I'll get up. Like,
yeah,
I can't play.
Smart
this.
move, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm real vibey.
Because like a lot
I
of
do that with
gamblers
dealers,
are
too.
very superstitious about certain
very,
things.
Very.
Yeah.
Like, I got certain dealers that I won't let deal to me.
Yeah.
Like, they beat me every time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying like I love the Rio because I know all the dealers.
You know the dealers
I
there.
know all the dealers, know everybody there, the waitresses, everything. So like it's 2 ladies that I
All right, so we need to go to Rio with.
Are they Asian?
Yeah.
Yeah, Asian. It sounds like Asian dealers, ladies.
I just feel like and like they
older ones.
Look, oh my God, do you know her?
No, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
But they have like the energy just be so nonchalant.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, and I'd be like, damn, that's like the 8th in a row. She'd be like, oh, okay.
So I don't
fuck
know.
it.
It doesn't phase them.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, here come number 9.
Sucker.
Yeah, it's just the energy though. It's nothing they do. They just so nonchalant and like.
Yeah.
I like certain dealers that I play with, and if I'm up pretty good, the dealer's like, just leave now.
Yeah.
Like, don't stay.
They know the odds.
Yeah. They're like, don't stay.
Those are the dealers.
After I lose like a couple hands in a row, they'll be like, just come back later.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna run well.
Yeah.
Those are the dealers that you want to be with because they like you, they want you to win.
Got your best
And
interest.
if they don't care about you, they don't say anything.
No, I don't say nothing. And that's what I get from the people that I don't
The
like
old
to be
Asian
around.
woman.
Yeah. They don't do nothing to me. You know what I mean? They just.
I mean,
they don't do nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Well,
Like robots.
they're not supposed to advise you on doing anything, actually.
I know.
But when they do, it's like, hey, they care about you.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
And they super strict too. Oh, don't put your phone on the table. Oh,
Yeah.
you can't wear those shades.
Oh,
Yeah.
guess what?
Yeah. And like
we're-
all the
you know,
time.
for our podcast, we're trying to do recording, and every time we try, they're like, you can't record.
Yeah.
they don't.
So I think we need permission. So, hey, so can you get permission to record in
You
Rio?
know what, man? I might be able to do that.
'Cause you have the
Yeah.
pools, right?
Yeah, I might.
So maybe next time
Slot
we go to Rio.
machines you can, but like craps or blackjack,
Yeah.
no.
Can you ask them?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll
so-
ask.
Seriously.
No, I will. I will.
Hey, so actually, this, the Black Friday, I went to Best Buy and got the Meta sunglasses to record. I want to see if I can try to record.
Okay.
But the light comes on when you say record,
Oh.
so I don't know.
Oh, so let's talk about surveillance because it's the most surveillance place on the planet, in my
In
opinion.
Vegas?
the casino, yeah.
It's more than anywhere
Because
else.
when I
They have
went,
to.
now you guys confirm this because I think they was, pulling my leg here. But when I went to, when I got the quads, it was quad 7s, and they stopped the game. It was only like $1,800, but they stopped the game, make you fill out all this paperwork, and
Yep. It's taxable.
yeah. So all of that happened. So one time, I got my phone. I was just slipping. I got my phone and my wallet stolen because I'm this guy.
You just leave it there.
I just put it there, but nobody was sitting in the seat next to me. So some vagabond rolls up and steals my phone and my wallet. So I get a little antsy. The security comes down there because I'm like, I'm looking for it. You know what I mean? I'm not really tripping yet. And I'm like, what the fuck is my phone? So the security comes down there, and before I can really get riled up, and they ready to like remove me.
Yeah.
Because I'm asking it, I'm looking under my seat. I'm damn near looking under the table.
Yeah.
So they come in, they didn't rough me up, but one guy tried to grab me and I pushed his hand off and I was trying to explain what was going on. He was just an asshole. It was one guy with a level head. I was telling him what happened. So as I told him, man, within seconds, they was like, yeah, we saw it. Like, they rolling the tape while the guy's down there. He's talking to him on a headpiece. So
Did you catch him or no?
they got him later. Like he rolled out after he stole it.
Right.
But he came back.
That's stupid,
and they
man.
arrested him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
that's so
surveillance.
stupid,
You can't do
yeah.
anything there.
Well,
Especially now with the face recognition and
Yeah,
everything.
that's how they got him.
Yeah.
And when he walked back in the
They
casino,
knew.
they knew he was there.
Yeah, that's what they do.
well, there's I never experienced it myself, but I was at a casino in Palm Springs with my cousin, and like these days of slot machines now have these charging, like slot machine tables or slot machines, so you can like put it on the slot machine and it charges like wirelessly.
Oh.
And so what's good and bad? The good is you can charge your phone. The bad is sometimes you leave it there and you forget and you walk away from the table or from the machine.
Right.
So my cousin left his phone and he goes back and it's not there anymore. Right? So then guess what? We're looking for it. So we call his phone. Right? Someone picks up.
Oh my God.
The person's like, hey, you have my phone. Can I get my phone back? It's like, oh, I already left the casino. Like, what do you mean you left the casino? Why'd you leave? Why'd you take my phone?
Right.
So he's like, well, if you want your phone back, I got to drive back. It's like 20 minutes. So if you want me to bring your phone back, you got to give me $500.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, I told my cousin, I was like, dude, what do you? I would just erase the phone and I don't know, like just whatever.
Yeah.
Why you can buy a new phone for $500? Why do you want to give $500 to some fool?
So they got my wallet and my phone, which is like double whammy.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucked up. I can't even call nobody to tell them my phone got shit. So I get to the room and I call my lady and I'm just like, look, cancel all the cards. Gratefully, we have that alert shit everybody got. That he tried to go to, I think, Walgreens and charge. It was a $500 charge at Walgreens. Obviously, she declined it, but I'm like, well, she didn't let it go through. But like, how can you spend $500 at Walgreens? So I'm so mad that when she told me it was a charge at Walgreens, I hop in the car and speed down there immediately, thinking I'm gonna catch him. I didn't catch him, but they told me that he tried to buy a gift card.
Yeah, and that's $500.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
Try to buy $500
because a lot of times it's hard to trace gift cards.
Yeah.
And they probably sell the gift card to somebody else for like $400.
Yeah.
But that's a dumb move. If you're gonna buy something, buy something like $100 first.
Yeah, to see if it works. Yeah,
there is a lot of people like that though.
Yeah,
they do spend a little bit.
He was on drugs though. He was one of those kind of guys. There's a lot of like meth people down there.
I'm sure.
Just wandering around in the casinos. But because of that, I don't have it on me now. So over there, I have a man bag, and I don't leave home without it.
I try that too, but it's kind of cumbersome sometimes.
It is. It's very cumbersome. But if you couldn't get on the plane because you didn't have your ID and all that, you changed your life like I did.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and you know what saved me? I had that clear thing. To fly in the airport.
Clear ID,
Oh yeah, so you don't
so
need
I don't
your
have an ID, but
unless you get random.
Look at my eyes here.
But unless you
Nobody
get random
has
checks.
these eyes.
But sometimes they do the random.
Oh, they do.
Checks.
They do.
And if they that, you need to pull your ID out.
Yeah.
So all these years of gambling, and you start from dice to card games to Vegas to Rio, Caesar properties, going places. Like, what have you learned? Like, you feel like still gambling is something that you want to keep doing? Are you degenerate? Because we're all degenerate. Yeah.
I don't think I can stop.
Well, how often do you go?
Vegas, I got a property there, so that's an excuse. That's an excuse to get down there. So maybe like once a month. Like, I don't go as much as I used to.
That's
like,
a lot still.
You know what? COVID kind of broke me from going.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I used to go like every other day. But when COVID happened, I was too scared to go. Then I heard the casinos were empty anyway, but so I got to get back on my schedule. But I don't need to go to Vegas. Like I said, I have bookies and all types of shit to just do it now, do it right here, right now. But,
So you sports gamble?
Sports gamble,
bet?
Sports gamble every day. That's an everyday thing.
Just like Sam.
Yeah, that's right now. I'm gonna do that as soon as we leave. But no,
Did you have a positive week?
when I start, no, I was down like $100, but I wagered a lot of money to get back to that.
That's
down
even
by
money.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good then.
But the reason why I brought up Gamblers Never Win because actually I've been on FanDuel since 2015.
Okay.
And when I hit for the 10 grand, hit for the 3 grand, I was like in a maybe 2-month span. They have an actual file that you can extract that'll show you your
the history. Yeah. How much you put in, how much you've won.
Man,
That's
with
like
those two
casinos
hits,
too.
with those 2 hits, I was still down.
So how much is
I
that?
was still down. Shit, I was down I probably was down like 12.
Oh, wow.
But after hitting for 13, I was
So
still
so my brother-in-law, he plays FanDuel as well. And just like a couple of weeks ago, I heard that he almost won $1 million.
Damn.
He was one player
almost?
away.
Well, see, that's why
One
you
player
do,
away.
Yeah, that's how it be.
One player away.
Almost, yeah.
And the New York Giants running back, he fumbled. And then the coach didn't put him back in.
Put him back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why he lost.
Football
or he
is
came
so
fifth.
sketchy, bro. Like a fumble, a motherfucker can get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the
Be done
worst,
for the
man.
game. Yeah.
When injured and you
Yeah.
have the over, for the under, it's great. But if you have an over on something,
But see, Underdog will give you
injury.
they'll give you a
Yeah.
pass. Even
Yeah.
Prize Picks. I don't know if you're on there,
Yeah.
but I went on Prize Picks this week.
yeah, underdog, if you bet the over and the player's injured, it negates your bet.
Oh, okay.
I'll take it.
That's
I'll take
cool.
it back. I'll take it back. Prize Picks will do something called reboot.
But bookies don't do that.
Oh, no. Bookies, they tell you straight up, a bet is a bet.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens. The world could end. You know, a guy can die in a car wreck on the way to the game. It's done. Like, whatever you put in.
Well,
that's
no, I mean, like if someone dies before the game, it gets canceled out because he didn't play.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They have to start the game.
Yeah, they have to start the game. Right. Well, my bookie. Hold on, I'll read the instructions.
Oh,
to you.
shoot.
Shit. My bookie says straight up.
Who's your bookie?
I can't say.
You can't say?
Yeah. Well, I don't know him. Shit,
don't
his
know
name
him?
is Mo. How about that?
Shit.
But hold on, let me see.
Is he Asian? Is he,
I never met him.
You don't even know?
Never met him.
He seems
Wait,
like-
how do you get paid and how
Oh,
do
you
you
get
pay?
Zelle?
Yeah, we do Zelle.
Oh, shit.
He's like, I think he's some. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It says, if you have any questions, just give me a call. I can't cancel any bitch. I've been confirmed, so just be careful. Take a look and play around with the site. Let me know. So it's actually a site. You go on the site.
Yeah, we have a site.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah,
site.
same thing.
I have a lot of bookies.
Yeah. Well, once you place it, it's pretty much a
Yeah, it's
done
done.
deal.
It's done.
The only way to reverse it, if you call them and say, "Look, I made a mistake. I wanted to bet on the other side," but then line has to be the same.
Yeah.
But if the line changes, then you can't.
Well, I'm kind of new to the bookie thing.
Oh, yeah.
I just found one. I thought,
Oh.
he told me he got several, but like coming from the East Coast, I just think
Actually,
I couldn't
we might have to hit you up with that bookie.
yeah. He might
I got
wanna be
big-
on- What if he want to be on the show?
What's your limit? What's your limit?
I've been upping it. I only started with 100 because you gotta get to know people
Yeah,
before you
yeah.
start going. All right, up it to 1,000 or 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started
Okay.
with $100.
I have a pretty.
We'll talk afterwards.
I've upped it like three times. Well, I upped it because my $100 went
You're
so
down?
fast. Yeah, it's like fuck, I can't bet now. Like, hey Mo, what do you need, buddy? Well, no, we settle out like every Monday.
Okay.
So if I lose everything by Wednesday,
Yeah.
I'm calling him like, yo, up it for me, and he'll do it.
It's because they don't know you.
Yeah.
If they know you and you have history, my limits are like
Well,
tens of thousands.
I break the rules, and I don't want to like put all of his business out there, but I break the rules. I don't wait till Monday. If I'm down, I pay him, put me back in the game.
Yeah.
I don't like to play around like that.
Yeah.
I like my knees. I don't want somebody to break my
Yeah.
knees. 'Cause I didn't pay 100.
They're not. I'm just gonna tell you, okay?
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that.
They don't do that no more.
Nah.
What?
That's like old school.
Is it
I mean-
worse? Oh, see, I'm old school.
No. I know people that's lost like $75,000 and they don't break their knees.
Really?
They'll
He
just try
told
to
me that wasn't enough to break my knee. That's what he said.
say if it
But you
was
know what else
more-
he said? He says, "You must be." What he say? I can see you being close to 50. So he guessed my age based on the knees count. Because like you said, those
Yeah.
people don't do that no more.
Yeah,
They got other ways of taking care of you.
Yeah.
They'll just try to collect and scare you, and then if they can't collect, they just move on.
But I'm not one of those guys.
That's good.
I don't get in over my head.
Yeah.
That's good.
No,
That's one thing
that's
I
good.
have learned since my younger days.
Yeah, that's what I learned too. Sonny, you asked that question. Like, are you the same back then as now?
Smarter or
No, I'm smarter. Like,
Is it smartness or is it like discipline? I think it's more discipline on my end. I don't think I got smarter. I just think looking at my mistakes, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that again.
right.
Or I'm not going to do it that way. Or, so.
I've said that so many times when I go to Vegas, where you know what, I've learned my lesson. I walk away. Next time I go, I still steam.
you still overlay on the 10 and 4.
Yeah, I still steam and get pissed off. You
You
know,
can't look.
it is so hard.
Yeah.
One time it was my fault
Yeah.
because it was going bad on the craps table, and we played Don't Pass. And so he was like, "Okay, let's go." And I said, and we were down already. So I was like,
No, I was up.
You were
no,
up?
we're both up actually.
No,
We're both up.
No,
we
we
were
were
just
down.
like, no, we're up, and we're like, hey, you know what? I'm happy with what my profits. Let's just walk away.
how much were we up?
I was up maybe a couple of grand. You were up maybe $600, whatever.
Okay, so maybe I said one
And then he
more,
goes, let's go one more row. And then a 10 came out, which, I like to overlay on the 10s, but like
Yeah.
just kind of just bet my profits. So I
Right.
bet my profits and then hit a 10 and we lost.
Damn.
So I'm like,
So I said, "Okay,
fuck
let's
it,
go."
let's just keep on going.
And then he
kept
said,
on
yeah.
going. And then that's why I lost my bankroll right there.
Yeah.
I'm not very emotional though. Like
Yeah, so we get emotional. I still get emotional.
You can't.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right? You get emotional.
I get
too.
emotional.
And you still get emotional.
Yeah, I still get
Right?
emotional.
Yeah, I've hit. Like again, I keep going back to those quads. Like that's the only thing I've hit. But,
Yeah.
but the dealer was like, "Why don't you just turn it over from the beginning?" I just sat there calmly because it's a win.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot. It's a win.
Yeah.
Finally.
But like
I don't do jumping jacks.
It's like the title of our show, right? Like scared money don't make money. So
Right.
we go in there and say, hey, no, we're not scared to lose this money.
That's right.
We go in there and try to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's why I look at it.
Yeah. Hey, you can't be scared, man.
Yeah.
Take what you can lose and
Yep.
try not to go over that. But obviously, most of us are going to do that. But you can't be afraid.
That's why budgeting and discipline is key to a successful
Yeah.
gambling trip
Yeah.
or gambling period.
Yeah. But like I said, I've become more disciplined. It doesn't work every time.
Yeah.
But for the most time, like if whatever's going on in my life, like if I got some big event or something I'm obligated to pay, like big time, I'll be more disciplined then. But
Right.
most of the time, you don't have big events in your life, so it's just like fuck it.
Well, that's cool, man. Pay, thanks for coming on the show,
problem,
baby.
man.
Appreciate it.
It
I
was
think
fun
I'll be
chatting.
back. I'll get some more stories.
Get
for you
some
guys.
more stories.
I'm definitely gonna ask the Rio though, because I don't know if I can pull it off.
Yeah.
but they might like.
They might because they're kind of hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A lot of the smaller casinos, they're
Yeah.
willing to do that. Just
Yeah.
get exposure.
Yeah,
because we'll tag them. and
But
stuff.
also they have slow, like 4 or 5 in the morning. Sometimes it'll be slow.
Slow, yeah.
And they'll have 2 tables operating where they'll reduce that 2 table down to 1 table
Yeah.
because there's not enough people.
Exactly, yeah.
So that table that's not operating, I'll be like, hey, can we just shoot a couple,
Yep.
minutes down here? Like,
Yep.
we'll plug you guys.
cool.
cool.
All right.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
I appreciate
visiting,
y'all
being on the
having
show,
me be on. And
sharing your stories.
yeah, man, my addiction ain't going nowhere. So you might see me
Same
again.
as us.
Yeah, that's why we
see
have
you
the show.
Yeah, man. Might see me
All right,
again.
guys. Thank you for watching and listening to our podcast. Until next time, peace.
Thanks. See ya.
Thanks for having me.